And welcome back, guys, again to our season 2, show 2, Two Dads Drinking a Lesbian.
Where's the energy, Jack?
Yeah, really.
It's week 1 of the NFL season. Where's the energy?
It's football season.
I mean, this
What was
guy's
that?
got me out
What was that?
extremely late tonight.
Extremely late. It's like 9:30.
Yeah.
I'm as old as you.
I don't want to hear it.
I guess I'm not. I guess I got 3 months.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm excited. All right. What's our drink tonight, Sean?
It's Angels Envy. Thank you, Ian, for a birthday gift. It is a very fancy bottle of whiskey from down in Kentucky.
Angels Envy Rye.
Rye.
The
Yeah,
regular,
that is right
the
there.
rye is better than the regular, in my opinion.
That is right. There is a difference.
I'm
So,
gonna taste them.
cheers.
Cheers to my fellas.
Some good stuff.
mhm. And there is a difference when you have it on ice versus just
God.
without it.
Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
not for me.
Jack doesn't
Oh,
like
but
it.
Jack.
Mm.
Jack doesn't like it.
No, I do, but like, I don't know. Something in there that's weird to me.
If you ever get a chance to go to Louisville.
Let's not talk about this.
Louisville.
Bad experience.
Well, you didn't get
Louisville.
the chance to
That's
go.
bad.
I'll
That's
say
why,
it for you.
that's
I'm
why I
sorry,
bought
I
beer.
can say it. Louisville.
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 So you ever get the chance to go to Louisville, you can check out their distillery, but they make some pretty yummy whiskeys. You
Yeah.
don't want to dump it in there.
I already drank.
Don't they have the whiskey
Wow.
now or something like that, or whiskey walk? What's it called down there? It's like
Yeah, they have
18
like a
whiskey.
a whole row of whiskey.
That's what it is.
Whiskey row
Row.
or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's 18 whiskey distilleries down a row. You actually could buy a pass to go to each one of them and try it.
It's a very cool little city, no doubt about it.
Mm.
Absolutely. I love the South.
That's how.
I love it.
That's
I love it.
not South accent.
All right. Anyway, just want to show you guys our fantasy belt from our fantasy football league that we all 3 are in,
Yeah.
and we are
And only
all
2 of us
competitive.
have ever held.
Technically, only one has. But
No, I'm talking since this physical belt has been in existence, only 2 of us have held the belt.
that's because you weren't as cool of a commissioner as I was when you ran it.
And
I mean,
Just
that's
saying.
kind of a point.
I won it
Arr.
twice. The last 2 years of your league, I won.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate the
So,
belt.
you
I
know,
like my name is on
Just
it.
doing
I
that
love it.
there.
it is what it
Champ
is.
is here.
Got more work to do as a commissioner than I do as a champ at this point.
You do put in a lot of work. I got to give Sean
Oh,
credit.
he's an incredible.
He does
commissioner.
like pooper awards every week. and go and,
Brown down.
bring it
Brown
down.
down. Wait till you see it this year.
I mean, he goes over the top. So and now you're playing an after season award ceremony.
That's the step this year.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I forgot
Passing
you
the
were doing that.
belt, draft order, awards.
Wait, aren't we doing draft order the same way we've always done draft order?
Well, we're just going to announce it though at the after award party.
I was thinking about it because you said that you wanted to do like more of a podium like style
I'll have a
draft.
ceremony, award show.
Well, I think if we do that, we should like bring in somebody to be the commissioner and announce the picks. That'd be cool, right? You hand your picks to the commissioner, they read them, and they go up with this pick.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I
that'd be-
ran my mind kept running because
That'd
over
be
the
real good.
weekend I ran into a dad of Grayson's friends,
Mhm.
and he's been in the league for 18 years with 12 of his buddies. And he said literally in 18 years they may have lost 4 guys, but they have consistent divisions, so rivalries are always there, the punishments are always there. They've went through multiple different ways of doing things. Their draft day is a whole day, not just a few hours. It's a whole day process because they do awards prior to the show, they do before the draft, things like that.
Have you seen the TikToks where people are running for their draft spot?
We have
That's
such
what
a
he just sent one. the
Yeah,
other
he
day.
just sent one.
He just sent one the other day.
we have such a hard time just getting people to show up for the draft, let alone
I know.
an entire day ceremony.
You're not
Well,
lying.
it's a whole growth process. I feel like we got some good people and we'll see who consistently sticks around. Like Nate, look at Nate. Nate shows up for everything.
true.
And he always wants to be a part of whatever the next process is.
I think we have a good group,
So,
honestly.
Jake will always be
We
there.
have
Wade will
people,
always
yeah, I
be
was gonna
there.
say, we have people who have been here for
Mhm.
long
There's,
haul
there's certain
with us.
people that will always be there, and there's certain people who it's okay, maybe not.
All right, Sean, I got a little topic here for me and you, not so much this guy over here.
Can I leave?
Little notes and news,
Nice.
little
Oh,
notes
that
and
was-
news here. The Steelers have officially named Their QB.
No surprise.
Mitch. Yeah, that's not really. I said it last week. I thought he was
Yeah.
going to be the starter.
I did.
So-
I did too. I mean, why
Probably-
bring him here? And
Because you drafted Kenny Pickett after him in the first
well, I
round.
get it, but that's still you still want to give him time to grow and like
He-
develop.
Here's the catch.
Give him a couple weeks. Is the
Here-
way I look at it.
Well, you're not trying to grow and develop. You're trying to grow and develop Kenny. Yeah.
Well, that's what I
you're trying to
mean.
do.
That's what I mean. Grow and
Nonetheless.
develop Kenny and let Mitch do his thing.
Here's my thing.
That's my shit.
You got what you got out of Mitch in the preseason, which was good. He was good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? However, he wasn't nights and day better than Kenny Pickett, which
Right.
Kenny Pickett's your future.
I get it.
You're putting Mitch through hell because in 2 weeks, if he fails against Cincinnati, which is a high probability that he may fail because they have a good defense and a good offense
I
this
think they're
year.
going to do good against him. Honestly.
Oh, once again, I can see both ways there because the defense is going to be good. It's just a
Right.
matter of how they handle their offense, basically.
exactly the whole thing.
Nonetheless, I can see going downhill fast, and Mitch
Once-
is going to take a beating. If it goes downhill fast,
Yeah.
he is going to be the scapegoat.
What's
because
Cincy's
they want-
defense's rating?
Wasn't good last year, but they brought in some good guys, and they're expected to be different this year.
So here's the interesting part, which I don't know if many Steeler fans really saw this, is that Kenny's not even listed
Yes,
as
he
number
is. They
2.
changed it today.
Did they change it
Tom
today?
it was- he said it was a-
Kenny's number 2.
Because
Uh,
Mason
copy and
Rudolph
paste
was
They
there.
said it was
there
a
too.
grammatical error
Yeah.
Grammatical error. Why
Yes.
did they not cut Mason? That's the question. Yeah.
because they wanted to trade him.
Yeah, they wanted to
They
trade
don't
him.
want
They
to
thought
cut
that
him.
they
They already
might.
have a
The
salary.
team,
paid.
somebody gets hurt in the first couple of weeks, and they just
Well,
need an
Would
extra
he get
round.
traded
not
to
even
the
that.
XFL?
Well, it's not even that. You can't. They can't trade. They don't. There's no point to trading him. If they cut him, there's no money
Yeah,
savings. They already
exactly.
paid his salary for the year. He's
Could be
already
wasted
paid
roster
Yeah,
spot.
true that though.
You
for a
don't need
third
three
string quarterback
quarterbacks.
who is backup for a lot of teams.
But here's the
where
other
you
thing
know
though. We do
injuries
have guys that are not like in the long term of things right now. These quarterbacks are not really known to us, so we don't know if someone's prone to get hurt. We don't know if somebody is ready to go in terms of being
Like I said, I will
brand
give-
new to this. You know what I mean? So I think that they're keeping them there just in case something happens, that they can always pull them in and utilize them.
Just week.
Still knows the offense.
Mason's going to be the backup unless a trade scenario arises for some odd reason throughout the season, which could happen. Injuries happen all the time.
Can
Nonetheless,
you trade to the XFL?
No.
I feel like he's.
they're
the-
different. They're different
I
leagues.
feel
dude.
like he's a future XFL MVP.
Although, doesn't the XFL have some sort of like development program going on with the NFL? Wasn't like the announcement in the offseason that they were doing that?
Or something like that.
I do remember that. So maybe that does work.
I don't think the XFL is really a bad thing. I think it gives guys an opportunity that don't have an opportunity.
I
in
don't
this
think it
league.
is anymore with the
And I
Rocket
think
overriding.
sometimes it shows, like you see people get picked up from the XFL because they blow it up in there. Next thing you know, they're playing in the NFL because of
Tommy
that.
Maddox.
Just saying. I mean, it does happen both ways. Some people
Yeah.
find themselves there for maybe not playing enough in the NFL, and then some people find themselves in the NFL because they played so well in the XFL. So I think it works both ways.
So I'm wondering, what are we talking about this week, guys?
Well, I actually have something to say here. I asked Ian if he wanted, because we were talking about the Steelers, if he wanted a couple minutes here to talk about the Cowboys, and he said, and I
Quote him.
quote,
Whoa.
I have nothing to talk about the Cowboys, nothing at all.
About them
Not
boys.
even a how about them boys?
About them boys.
They have to prove it to me.
About them boys.
That's the
I
quote.
said it last week. They made
that
a
I
bunch of really crappy moves in the offseason, and they got to prove to me that they made the right moves and that they're not just sabotaging McCarthy.
How about them boys?
Don't get me wrong. I think they're a playoff team, but like, actually, you do know because the Steelers have been the same way the last 10 years. You make it to the playoffs and you get bounced. Like it's like I might as well just be a crappy team and get a better draft.
Well, I
pick.
think our
I said that
reasoning
last year,
was
didn't I?
though.
Yeah,
I wanted the
Ben.
Steelers to fail to get a better draft pick.
yeah.
I think I said that 2 years in a row now, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. I feel
But
like.
Steeler fans have never really felt what it's like to have a losing season.
But I wanted to. I didn't even want to go 8-8 or 9-8 or whatever.
I think we're just realistic with our team. I think the Cowboys every year they go into it with this like
Listen, there's a lot.
dream of.
There's a lot of talent on that roster still. I do love
No,
Micah.
there is 100%. I'm not
Micah-
hating on the boys.
Micah said that his goal is not to be the sack leader, or his goal is to be the best player in the NFL this year. And you know what? He very well might be. I mean, he almost won Defensive Player of the Year as a
No, he's
rookie.
good.
Still has to
There's
catch up
no
to that
question
guy.
that he's not good. Yeah, TJ
Still has to catch up to that guy. That guy should have been
That
at
guy's
multiple.
injury.
That guy should have. Yeah, and he still won it, and he still set
He's
a
still
record
badass,
for
yeah.
sacks. So let's
And
go
listen,
through
if
that
you're running around
process.
doing what he's doing, you might get injured from time to time. You might have a little hand problem,
Let-
a
let's-
little forearm problem, little soft tissue issue.
Soft tissue issue.
Shoot, shoot.
You trying to rhyme here?
Yeah,
Soft
you
tissue
like-
issue.
You like that? All right, well, we'll move on, but talk a little bit about some NFL preview. So what you thinking, Ian?
I'm excited. Thursday night is the first game. It's a good one.
Bills
Rams.
Rams.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
a
a good
Which
game.
by the way, I didn't talk about this prior to the show, but I am going to be out Thursday night for a networking event. And Sean has his wife out with girls' night. So if the invite's there, I may swing by and watch at least some of, if not all of the game with you. But if you don't want me there, that's fine too. I don't mind
I
rejection.
just have to see what's going on. You
Okay.
know, it'd be fine. But
He's
You let
gotta
me
talk
know.
to the wife.
You gotta talk.
you're
to her.
putting me on the spot. I don't really know.
I thought about it earlier today. I'm like, I'm already gonna be out kind of late, like probably right around
Mhm.
the time the game starts. Like I might as well just swing by and watch it at Sean's house, and then maybe I'll bring Jack and Tack with me. Who knows?
I say more
Mhm.
likely it's gonna be fine. Just you put me on the spot. Really don't know. So
I'm just excited football's back.
Yeah, I am too.
I'm in like 3 survivor polls. I got like $1,500 on week 1 already. So
course
Well,
you do.
Jesus.
we're going bigger, going home, baby. We're going bigger, going home. So it's gonna be
Just not
it's gonna be
playing around,
fun.
are you?
that sounds like my punishment pick this week. So
It's gonna be a fun week. Week 1 is always wild, right? There's always a
Wait, you've already
couple-
put in a punishment pick?
my pick.
he
I-
thinks
you
he's
saw
gonna
it.
get punished. Is what he
Oh, I think I'm gonna be
Oh,
punished.
I get it. I thought he
However,
meant
I
he
think
already
there's a-
like signed up for like what he wants the punishment to be.
There's
I
a
was like,
chance that one of our 2 teams loses, and then we will be punished because he's choosing.
Yeah.
However, there is a chance that my team wins,
and
and
you
then
both get
one of you guys still once again, well, both of you guys, because I think you guys picked the
We have the same line.
same
same
line. That's
line.
what it was.
So if one of our teams still loses, then that person would.
Oh, well, later
So
on.
we didn't talk about it. We'll talk about it later
Later
on.
on.
We do have to come up with what if the tiebreaker to the tiebreaker.
We did not discuss that. That
We
was
did
a
not
lot.
discuss that.
That was
I
a
just
big-
think
that's
that
a
it-
lot.
I think it should.
That's
be
a
like,
lot.
no, I think it should be void.
That's a lot. No, it doesn't get
No,
void. That's
it
why
is.
we came up with the tiebreaker in
This
the
is
original.
so
spot.
much though.
Yeah,
I can't even keep
we'll figure it
track.
out. We'll figure it out. But no, I'm
If-
excited.
You
If
just
it's gonna
wanna
be
punish
void, it
me,
means
I
you
get
both
it.
get punished.
That's what I mean. I feel that. I feel like it is gonna turn into like a dual punishment.
I
type
feel like
of
the
thing.
NFL has always tried to create some drama for week 1. You got like Russ against his former team.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
You got Baker against the
you got
Browns.
Baker against
And then
his
what's his
former
name? The Ravens quarterback, the old one is now going.
He's falling on
Flacco.
my shoulder.
Flacco,
Flacco,
and the
yeah,
Jets.
Flacco
Flacco
and the
and the
Jets.
Jets.
Yeah, Flacco. and the
However, they
Jets.
did come out this week and say Wilson may start.
Yeah, but like really though, I don't think so. That dude's knee's not ready. And if you're not 100% going on that field, you're just gonna hurt yourself more. You might as well let us sit him the first week. That's a good rivalry there. Like him playing his old team, that's a good rivalry for him to try to prove himself. And if he
Maybe.
doesn't, then you just say, okay, our quarterback was out, but it's a bust.
You got Steelers Bengals, which is a big rivalry, right?
Oh
You
yeah, that's a
got-
big game, man.
you got
I actually feel
Cowboys
good
versus
about it.
Tom
We're
Brady
gonna-
for first
I don't
time.
know what
for
you're thinking.
Cowboys.
Yeah,
I really
I'm
don't.
not-
I don't feel that bad about it. Listen, I know that Joe Burrow's really good. I really do
I'm
understand
not
it.
worried about Joe
but I
Burrow.
just think
I'm
that-
worried about the weapons he has.
Well, I just think that the Steelers are they're always going to compete no matter what. And when it's a big game like that and a rivalry game like that, that is when they show up. That is when it becomes, even if it's a close game, I'm cool with that. I'm not saying we win. I'm saying a close game would be nice.
So far this preseason, we couldn't stop the run, and they have Joe Mixon. We don't have great corners,
Preseason
so
would be nothing.
Yeah.
once
that's what I
again,
mean.
I'm just looking at weapons. Last year we couldn't stop the run. If you want to talk during the season,
Yeah, but this
we
is what
really want
happened
a
last
sacks.
year. Me and you sat here in like week 2 and 3 were like, we were wrong. We're going to be awesome. You know what I mean? Within 5 minutes of the whole thing.
I mean, they did make the playoffs, and
that's
don't
what
get me
I'm
wrong.
saying. At the end of the day,
There
we
was
still had a run.
a slight, one quarter of where again in the playoffs
That was an accident.
against the Chiefs. You just gave me 2 cues.
I know it was an accident.
In the playoffs against the Chiefs, there was one quarter where I don't care who you were, we all went, are the Steelers really gonna pull this off?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Q1.
And that was with
quarter 1.
that was with a shell of what Ben Roethlisberger used to be.
Oh, if you
right?
want to get back to Ben, the Ben that could play. Yeah, we could have won any game.
Yeah.
Right, two
That's
back
the
keeps
thing.
and one
I'm
back.
sorry. It was an accident. I said. Do you want me to fix it?
No,
for
no,
you?
no. I like it. We're digging.
You wanted her to put her fingers in your drink.
No, I don't. want to do that here. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really good matchups this week. I was looking at for the survivor pool and I was having a hard time even picking that. I was like, I want nothing to do with any of these games. There was-
I
there
had like
was-
5 survivor pool picks because I'm in a couple.
I had
this year.
3 at most. I like anything past 3, I was like, nope, I want nothing to do with any of these.
Here's the fun part is because I'm in a couple now. Obviously, the show is one, and then I'm in like a low stakes one and a high stakes one. Like because I'm in 3, I'm gonna make sure I don't pick the same team
Yeah.
in any of those leagues. So like I can't be extremely devastated. Like if you're so set, like I've had it where I thought there was a bet that was like a surefire, like this is gonna fucking hit,
Yeah.
and then it doesn't, and you're just like devastated, it ruins your whole weekend. Like I will not be eliminated in all 3 survivor pools in one weekend more than like
I think Sean's in ours, Sean's is the most interesting but pick, but that we'll get to that
told you
later.
that. I knew that already.
Do we have anything else to say about this preview? Is there any other teams you want to talk about? All of the boys, who are they playing?
Bucks.
Oh yeah,
2 years in a row we play the Bucks week 1.
that's a
Although
rough start, man.
I think
Not
the,
that we don't have a rough start because
I
we
think the
do.
Bucks are worse this year than they were last year, so I'm okay with it. Well, I mean, we're 1.5
is
point
still-
dogs at home, like it's fine. It's,
Defense is still good for the Bucks, especially against the run.
There's a lot of mix up
so
there.
you got
on,
Tom Brady going through like a divorce.
Yeah, divorce. I mean, he's going to be.
and,
I'm
like,
sure
he'll
he's
be
ahead. He's going to be
super
ahead.
good. I'm sure
I'm so glad I didn't pick him. And can I just say, I made the right decision. I feel like even though he might blow it up and be so gangster this
I
year,
have a feeling he's gonna blow it up.
I
just
get
the
it, but
way he
here's the
works-
thing.
Just the
Here's
way
the
his
thing,
mind
though.
works.
So-
he's going to be a roller coaster. I feel like he could have like.
You guys know I listen to like the one podcast I listen to every morning.
just can't.
It's the
Too
Bill
much drama
Simmons
for
podcast because they do guest the lines.
Mhm.
And Bill Simmons and cousin Sal were talking about Tom Brady this last Monday when they did guest the lines. And they just talked about, the fact he's going through a divorce and like
Is
I
he
think-
going through a divorce? I thought she just left.
well, they're living in separate houses. Rumor is they're going through a divorce. And the funny thing is cousin Sal, who's a Cowboys fan, and I love him. He's funny as hell. He's like, well, dude, like if any of us were away from our wives, we immediately will become more productive at work. Like we're gonna be a better working person without our wives in the picture, right? Like our wives are the one, like our wives are what makes us be more intent in the family and this and that. And like he's like, I'm expecting Tom to come out and just light it up this year. He's like, because he doesn't have Giselle
I
sitting
don't
there.
know. Yes and
That's where
no.
my mind's at with him.
I think it
The
depends.
year he had to prove something is the year he threw 50 something
We-
touchdowns to Randy Moss.
So we had our preseason show and we never really talked about like what the fuck actually happened. So he retired
Mhm.
and like 90% of the NFL world went like, thank God we don't have to
Yeah.
look at this motherfucker
And then
anymore.
what,
Cause
he
he,
came back 2 weeks
Because
later.
he's been 20 years of fucking greatness, right?
Yeah.
We can all admit that he is the fucking goat.
Yeah,
he
he's-
replaced Drew Brady and was
he-
great off the
He's
bat.
the
Yeah.
Michael Jordan
He's
of the
definitely messed
NFL.
up everybody's like
I
Sundays.
don't care if you think he cheated or not.
Thursday,
He's
Sundays, and
still the
Mondays.
Michael Jordan. of
Even when
the
you thought he
NFL.
did the following year when he had to be clean, he still came out and killed it.
He
I mean, you're always rooting against them.
Yeah, but if you have any negative thing to say about Tom Brady, like you're just a hater, right? Like
No,
he-
100%. But we all are haters for sure.
I'm
In
just
this scenario, yes.
I will 100% hate on that guy. That guy's gonna ruin us and everybody else in the NFL when they show up for that game.
I mean, he's already not only got every fucking record possible,
He's gonna throw 50
But,
touchdowns this year, guys.
but on top of that,
I
he's
think so.
45 years old.
Here's the
He's
thing,
still
I would-
playing.
I would say that if he had his usual line, but like I said last week, I think that he's going to struggle in this format this year, being the fact that he doesn't have Gronk. His line is
He's
messed
got
up.
Julio Jones.
I get it, but I'm just letting you know
was
he's going to be
Julio
running
they
for his
brought
life.
Who was
Got
the
Tom Brady in all the years of his career, he's had at least a minimum a decent line in front of him. This line is crap shit, man.
This is weird.
We
Me and him are
disagree.
on the same
We
page on
disagree.
this one. We disagree with you.
I don't.
I
Listen,
think
you
he's
guys are
fit- I
silly.
think he's 40. I think he's gonna literally throw 8 touchdowns for each year he's been alive. He's gonna have minimum of 45 touchdown passes this year.
I'm on the thought process that like Tom Brady, until otherwise proven, he's just gonna defy all odds. Like I'm 35 and I have trouble playing pickup basketball 3 days a week, right? And this dude is 45 and is playing
Better.
The
He
most
looks in better
competitive-
shape than he looked when he was
better than he's
younger.
ever looked. I mean,
He used to look like Mac Jones.
he's just amazing. Like the guy's amazing.
Yeah, but I think it's all a lot of like.
Laura's just upset she didn't
I-
take him.
No,
this
it's
year.
nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with that. I really like. I didn't take him for a reason because I had him available.
Did anybody take him? You
I
might still
could've-
be able to
Oh,
pick
no,
him
he's,
up.
He's gone,
drafted. He
but
was
I'm saying I
drafted.
had him available, and I just like everything in me, that everything I've heard and everything that I've seen, it just doesn't
And who'd you draft?
stack.
Yeah, baby.
And I'm worried about him now.
Should be worried about him.
I mean, I'm like ready to fucking find somebody else who's trying to draft me or trade me a quarterback over here.
Got Trey Lance.
Mm.
I'll see you in a few weeks, Laura.
What's our next topic, Lord Jack?
No, I don't know, my phone
It's
was-
more more NFL. Let's
I got
what we
distracted
got?
at this
Yeah,
point.
we got
Okay, so wait. Who do you think is gonna be the MVP?
So hold on, we didn't really go into who we think's gonna do what this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
didn't
We're not
really-
even done with it.
we
That's
just
what I was
talked
asking
about
about.
that's what we're
Your,
gonna do.
we
doing
were.
MVP.
We're doing MVP right now.
I
Super
just
Bowl
meant about
picks.
this.
Yeah.
I just meant regularly who's gonna be good this year if there's anything.
Okay, well, let's go back. I'm sorry.
I know we
Sean,
got the
you have something to
surprise.
say. Who do you think's gonna be? Who do you think? How?
I know we got the surprises there, but there's a lot of tricks. Like, who do you think is gonna win the North? Not the AFC North, but what is it, the West? The Raiders, the Chiefs,
Broncos.
the Broncos. The who else is in that division? There was another good one.
Broncos
Still.
and Chiefs. I mean, I don't think the Raiders are gonna be able to keep up.
Really?
the
Yeah, I like the
Chiefs.
Raiders. I
Actually,
think that Derek Carr,
Best-
Devontae Adams,
Best
is getting
division in the
crazy.
NFL. We can all agree on that.
Mm-hmm. And that literally a few years ago, it would automatically been on our mouth up Chiefs.
And
No,
San
I'm
Diego's good.
still choosing the
Or,
Chiefs.
I'm sorry, LA is good.
Mm-hmm. LA's, Chargers are.
They're all good.
There is no bad team in that division.
Mhm.
Right. 100%.
But that's why I'm saying there. I mean, I don't want to talk about every division here, but there's some divisions like that. That who do you even pick? We have the Rams division with them, the 49ers. I guess the Seahawks are out of that picture at this point. But
Yeah.
Cardinals are
Hey.
still pretty. I mean, can put a fight up against anybody.
Cardinals lost a lot of good players, though. They're similar to the Cowboys.
Well,
where
they
a lot
lost-
of talent.
They lost
they did.
Hopkins to suspension. They
No, they lost like 10 starters from last year.
who? Name them. I want to hear this
I'd have to look it up.
because I'm going to call BS. They lost Chase, who went to Miami, but they replaced him with Connor, who did all the touchdowns last year. That's why that happened. They didn't lose any of the receivers except for the one that they let go to Jacksonville for crazy price money, which is Kirk.
Yeah, Christian Kirk. That's what
Which they
I have
had
on
enough.
my team.
Which they have 20 receivers. They have
Mhm.
Hopkins, they have AJ Green still, they have Hollywood Brown,
I mean,
they
they'll be
have
alright. They
Rondell
still have
Moore.
Connor. They still have
They
the new.
they
the
have
new-
tons of guys. That
running
team's
back.
loaded with weapons. They still have Kyler
Yeah, they'll
Murray.
be all right. I feel like
The defense still has JJ Watt.
yeah, I
I
feel
want
like
to
the
know who these
Cardinals.
10 guys are that you're
I
talking
feel like
about.
the Cardinals did really good last year, and I think that they'll do at least decent.
I
if
think
not
they're going to be
just as well.
competitive just in that division. That division's another tough division. Other than the Seahawks now, because they don't have Russ Wilson. But
Yeah.
I'm looking for an article real quick, but
Okay.
Of
that's why I'm asking you, because I'm calling your bluff on this one.
course, I'm in baseball.
Let's
Arizona Cardinals. Keep talking. I'm gonna figure it out.
Well,
keep talking.
So who do you think's gonna do good this year?
Me?
What do you think's who do you think's gonna win our division?
Our division?
Mhm.
Cincinnati.
I think most likely Cincinnati will
Cincinnati.
come out on top.
I think the Steelers are still going to be 9-8 though.
Yeah, I mean,
They'll
like I
find a way to win.
yeah,
like
I
they
do
always
too.
do.
think
They
the
may
Browns
slip.
are going to be the Browns.
They may slip. Well, the Browns aren't going to win until Deshaun Watson comes back, and I hate the guy. I wish he was gone for good.
Yeah.
However, he's not, and he still is a talented ass
Yeah,
quarterback.
100%.
And he will, when he gets back with that
He'll win
team
with
built
them,
around
yeah.
him, he will win.
I get it.
He won with the Texans, and they had nothing
Well,
around.
they
him.
won with Baker.
Yeah,
So
he will win. That will be a little bit too late with his 11-game suspension
Okay,
this
so
year.
here I found it finally. They lost. Hang on, here's the first two. It's up here. They lost Jordan Hicks, Jordan Phillips, both starters.
That's on defense. Okay,
They lost Chase Edmonds, Christian Kirk,
both of them were
Chandler
bench, got rid of them.
Jones, Jordan Phillips, Max Garcia.
So far, every meaningful loss they have is on defense, and their defense wasn't that good anyways.
Dennis Gardick, who's starting outside linebacker, Zeke Turner starting inside linebacker, Andy Lee starting punter. They lost their long snapper,
So you're telling me all the defense, which wasn't that good anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, they
Chase-
lost 10 starts. That's all I'm
Chase,
saying.
Chase should they wanted to go because they wanted to put Connor in his place.
Cowboys lost like 5 starters, and I'm shaking in my fucking boots. All right, like
Once again, I'm just saying that I don't think the Cardinals are going to win that division. I just say they're going to be competitive. They're another good team in that
Yeah.
division.
They're gonna make it hard. is what I'm
I
saying.
am gonna say a wild thing right now.
Mhm.
I think Cliff Kingsbury might be the first coach fired this year.
I can see where they're coming from with that, but I'm not
If they
sure.
go like 1-5 or 2-6
I just don't
or
see it
something like that, Cliff Kingsbury could be fired. That's all I'm saying.
I can agree, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, I mean, that's just one. There's so many things through the off season, but I mean, what's your surprise team? What would your if you had to choose one surprise team? in the
My
NFL this
surprise
year?
team is the Panthers, actually,
Okay,
with
Okay.
Baker.
I think I will upgrade the quarterback.
Well, I just think that they already have talent on this
see
team.
obviously see
Right, they have talent on this team, and I think that honestly, okay, here's my real take on Baker, is that I don't think Baker's actually as bad as the Browns make Baker
No, he's
out to
solid.
be.
He's a solid.
I think
quarterback.
what it is the Browns are the Browns, and they run the organization a certain way.
Oh, shit.
He's
Comes to the playoffs.
he stopped playing into their little game and like learned what they're like for face value what game they were playing. Yeah, he of course showed up and did what he had to do. He like did the X's and O's, but like at the end of the day, he just didn't believe in the organization. So he gets traded out of there because obviously he wants to leave because clearly they went against him. And I
Well,
think
they
that
traded for Deshaun.
right, and that's what I mean. Right,
It was
they made it
contract
very
year. They
clear.
traded for
Right, they made it
legit
very
quarterback.
clear that they weren't going his route. So he was like, okay. So
Baker's got chipper.
right, he's got a
Listen,
chip on his shoulder.
all three of us at this table right now know what it's like to have a chip on our
Oh, yeah.
shoulders and say like, we're gonna fucking show you.
Mhm.
And so like if anything, if Baker's got it in him, it's gonna be this year.
That's what I mean. I
His
think that
issue
this is going to be.
Christian McCaffrey staying healthy. If McCaffrey's healthy, they have a chance. If he's not, they
I
don't.
get it, but I just think that like here's the thing: if you're a somewhat of a decent quarterback, I know he's like probably so at best, but like I still feel like the chip on his shoulder. He did have like the Browns have not been a winning organization, and technically they have the best.
But they put weapons around them.
I get it, but you
And-
still have to have a quarterback throwing to you.
And
So
they won as soon as they brought a legit coach in as defense.
I get it, but that's probably the issue is that like he hasn't been under a legit coach. Now he's under a legit coach, has people who actually care about him.
You said it. So
So
Carolina
I'm going
Panthers.
Carolina Panthers with
Who's your surprise team?
So I'm tied between two, and they're both in the same state. Both New York teams,
Jets.
Jets and Giants.
I think
Right,
you're
so-
smoking crack on
Uh,
Maybe I am. Maybe I am. I like what the Jets were. I really like what the Jets did this offseason, especially the draft. And the Giants, like I say, healthy. I think
Yeah,
their
it's not
coach is a
bad.
difference.
All his picks are like out of this world.
Somehow they work, don't they?
I mean, I think the Giants are going to be one of the worst teams in that
That's
football
good.
league.
I like their coach. I think coach makes a difference.
I think the Jets have the potential to win like a few games this year, but like I don't think they're going to be anything to write home about.
I think the first few weeks of the season they're not going to look as good, and I think they're going to finish strong. I
But
think
what the
they will
Lions?
finish right around
Kind of
8,
like the Lions,
9.
man.
Not enough yet. I think they are a few years away still, but
Yeah.
they're another.
I like them though. I wish they would just like come out of left field.
I just don't think they
So-
can overcome Minnesota or Green Bay yet.
You're not wrong.
So I'm intrigued with the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Packers
I
have
don't know if that's
lost.
that surprising.
No, I don't.
No, it's not surprising. I'm gonna another one. I'm intrigued with the Minnesota Vikings, and I think the Packers lost enough talent that like maybe this might be their year to sneak it. I got a new coach. This might be their year to sneak it.
You're going with them. 'cause
He
they
says
just
Green
traded
Bay
Jalen
literally
Reagor, right?
every year. You know,
You're just you're saying that for Jalen Rager, right?
I'm not. No.
You like that. You
he
like
says
that.
Green
I'm-
Bay every year
Hey,
though.
Oh, he does. At the end of the day, he picked them
No,
last year.
no, no.
He said Green Bay was going to fall off last year. and
Every
then he
year.
picked them for the Super.
Right. Exactly my point.
So here, my surprise team is gonna throw all y'all.
Yeah.
I think the Cleveland Browns are gonna be a surprise team. And hear me out. How many games is Watson suspended for?
11.
11.
So he
Jacoby,
gets 7 games.
Jacoby Brissett, not that much worse than Baker Mayfield.
Deshaun Watson is also not a lot of practice during that time frame
That's
with
fine.
the team. So when he gets back, he is
Yeah,
not
it's
going to
gonna
have
be
the
13, 14 before it comes out. But I think they're like a mediocre team with Brissett. I think they're gonna go 500 with Brissett. And then
Baker's
Watson's
gonna have a
gonna
better
come
year than
back.
that, though.
I think Watson's gonna come back, and I think they're gonna just be balls out, and I wouldn't want to face that team with.
Well, I told you,
Watson
I
at
told you already. I said that off the bat that with Watson back, I think they're.
Don't get me wrong,
I hate 'em.
similar to my fantasy team where I'm kind of planning for next year.
Mhm.
I think the Browns next year, I mean, unbelievable. But like Watson, if he comes back and he's hot, and like you got Nick Chubb and
You know he's gonna pick up Deshaun off free agency and put him in an IR spot. Oh wait, he's suspended.
Can't do that.
not enough bench spots, right?
There really isn't. I couldn't agree more. Like we
Yeah,
need to
we
add
need more
at
bench.
least.
No, that's why you get free agency, so you can actually
No.
make
He
moves.
only added
Free
Because
agency, you still have to get rid of somebody.
That's the point.
But it's not. It's not
He
enough
only added
players.
more spots for COVID.
I
but
added more.
it's-
No, I added more. He's right. I added 2 years ago when COVID started. I added the 3
I
spots. for
understand.
COVID.
I don't need 3. I need one
Anyways,
spot.
I think
Well.
that that's the one team that could shock people this year. Would be like they're an actual playoff team.
I would be more
I
shocked
think
by the
that-
Steelers being.
I think the Ravens are meh. I think the Steelers are
Well,
meh.
then didn't
And
our-
I think the Browns could hop those two teams, and I think that they got a solid defense. They got good skill players. They could hop those two teams. It's going to be the Bengals and Browns that are going to be running that
said
division.
the Browns 2 years ago.
No.
And they failed last year.
It's
I'm
not
just
gonna be
saying.
that
I mean, the surprise team is surprise, right? Like we're taking a team out of that field.
I have to give you a hard time. You gave me a hard time about my Jets Giants. So
It's fine. That's
No,
cool.
I don't.
Anyways,
I don't think that's the surprise team.
what about overrated? Who do you think's the most overrated team going into this season?
mm,
There's a lot of them.
there's enough. But
Buffalo
no,
Bills, hardcore overrated.
I don't know if they're
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 overrated.
literally favored in every single game.
I didn't know
Good,
that,
they're
but I don't know if
good.
I'd say overrated.
Favored in every single. They're literally scheduled in Vegas to go 17-0. Or 16.
Dude, they're
17,
good as hell.
17-0.
17-0.
Last year they were gearing up for this. I believe that 100%. They were gearing up.
No
last
team's
year.
gonna go undefeated.
I get it. They're
Not
probably
anymore.
going to lose at least a game, but I still think that overrated by losing one game doesn't make them overrated still.
Okay, well, who's your team? Overrated.
Mm,
She's thinking hard.
It's a rough one. It's not.
Overrated. We'll skip Jack. We'll go back there.
Oh, I'm thinking right now.
I'll tell you mine right now.
Go ahead.
I thought you were
Fucking Philadelphia Eagles. So goddamn overrated. Listen,
Oh, yeah,
they got a lot of
are.
skill players. They got a good offensive line. They got a decent defense. But Jalen Hurts cannot hit the broadside of a barn.
When Jalen Hurts goes to the Pro Bowl this
Listen,
Wait, you know what's
give-
funny? Wait, I read an article today.
Listen.
They were sitting Jalen Hurts for Minshew.
You
No.
can't
I
listen.
literally read an
you
article. It's
cannot
probably
win.
Farce, but I'm
You
just saying.
cannot win consistently in the National Football League with hot dog shit at quarterback. Okay, you could have the greatest team around them, and if you have hot dog shit at quarterback,
What's your opinion of
Overrated.
Dak Prescott?
I was just gonna say this, but you beat.
What's your opinion of your quarterback?
he's a top 10 quarterback.
Okay, what was your opinion of him 5 years ago?
Hot dog shit.
Okay, what was your opinion of
Hurts
Of
needs
Russell-
more
what was-
than
what was your
Hurts-
opinion of
wait,
Russ
wait.
Wilson?
Hurts
No,
needs more
I'm
than
making my
this
point
year.
first.
Hurts is not going to do
Hold
it
on,
this
I'm
year.
making my point right now.
I don't care.
What was your opinion of Russ Wilson when he went to the Super Bowl and won?
Hot
well-
dog shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. But Hurts is not.
I'm
Russ Wilson.
intrigued. Huh.
I still
So
don't
he
know.
calls hot dog shit to quarterbacks, and but they're Hall of Famers.
I
top
would
10
take
quarterbacks.
Mitch Trubinsky over Jalen Hurts all day long. I would take Gardner Minshew over Jalen Hurts.
Guys.
That's how sold I am.
Hold on, I have to say this because I'm going to stick by this. This is on camera. If anybody ever trusts Ian's opinion of quarterback play, ever, please question yourself. Please.
Ever. I've
Yes.
yes. some good picks over the years.
Name.
So-
Cooper Rush. Cooper.
Did he not beat the Vikings last year?
Oh yeah, he won one game. Oh, that's a top 10 quarterback. He's a starter.
I think he's top 10.
He's a starter.
He showed signs of
He's a
being
starter.
a promising player. And
He's a starter.
He's still on an NFL team.
I want a real quarterback here. Legit. Legit.
I mean, I was
Dak.
Roma for many, many years.
Oh, that's right. Because he won
I-
anything either.
Before he was even a starting quarterback.
Because he won anything. What did he win?
You can admit that he was a bad quarterback.
I never said he was a bad quarterback,
Okay.
but I said, did he
he
win
was on
anything?
bad teams.
Oh, that's right. They didn't make the playoffs. They didn't have T.O. They didn't have a bunch of guys. I forgot. Oops. I
This
forgot
guy's
all
talking
these things.
shit.
I forgot all these
This
things.
guy's
Didn't
talking
I
shit.
forget these things?
No.
We were in the
Yeah,
same
it's
store
just-
together, right? We were all
You're standing
together.
up big for Jalen Hurts right now.
I'm
All
not. I haven't
saying,
said a word about
I've
Jalen
watched
Hurts.
more Jalen Hurts than both of y'all combined.
I'm not
and
big on the
dude does
Eagles.
not have
I
time.
don't know if you'd say that because if you remember, he was my fantasy quarterback all last year, so I paid attention to him all season last year.
I watched probably 8 Jalen Hurts games last year.
I'm not
So-
big on Jalen, or I'm not big on the Eagles in general.
So, I'm
I
not.
don't really know who my
You don't know you're surprised?
no,
You're
no.
you're overrated.
Yeah, I don't really know. I mean,
You didn't come up with
I
any?
kind of want to
I'm
say.
the only,
I
you're
kind of
talking
want to say
shit. I'm the
Cincy.
only one.
I kind
No,
of
I'm
say
talking
Cincy.
about-
That overrated.
Oh, you can't say
It is-
since.
I kind of feel that way
It's
though.
not over.
I
you, can
don't
go,
know.
you can go ahead with
The
that
only
one.
reason why I say it
You
is
can go
because
ahead.
here's the thing.
Joey Burrow.
I think
That's
it's
a hot
here's
take.
the reason why I say it. It's not that I don't think Joey Burrow is good. He is. It's the do I think that Cincinnati really is going to go all the way to the end? And my answer
They
is
weren't
no.
supposed to be last year.
I get it, and they did it.
Somehow-
I don't,
not
I
all
don't
the
think.
way to
Wait,
the
wait,
end.
wait. I don't think Bengals fans have like Super Bowl or bust. Like
They just want to win the division. Make the
they want to win the
playoffs.
division. They want to start owning the division,
it,
and I
and I
think they
get it.
own the division. They'll prove it other.
I get it, but I think that as
They've
much as they
got to-
own the division, I think that it's still kind of
They
not
can't be
easy for
overrated
that.
until you expect them to beat the Bills.
I have another. I have another overrated team.
Oh, jeez.
So I've come up with one already. You came up
Oh,
with one.
I
You said
already
the
have.
Bengals.
I mean, but I'm
I
iffy
just
on
wanted to
I
them.
say
think-
my name, huh?
I think the 49ers.
No, I
super
like
overrated.
them. I like them.
With Trey Lance at quarterback.
I don't know. I like them.
I like them.
I do, I like
I
them.
think the Chargers are overrated.
Yeah. Mm,
I can agree. I can agree with that.
I
think-
can't.
I
agree.
They're
think
probably
Justin-
the worst in their division.
I think they are so
But they have a
overrated
hard
because they
division.
have a great quarterback in Justin Herbert, which I just said it. He is a great quarterback.
If you put them
However,
in
it-
our division, then what?
However, the rest of his team doesn't show up. They're good players, but they don't.
Mhm.
Yeah, I saw it. They don't show up though.
Jonathan moving.
They just don't. And then they brought Khalil Mack in, and they think that's going to change their defense. What has he done? He played for the Raiders, didn't do anything.
And their coach is overrated too.
Coach is-
However, I will say right now, hot take. Justin Herbert is this generation's Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers won a Super Bowl. If he wins a Super Bowl,
No,
What
I'm-
about
But he's
Green
only
Bay?
won. He's
What
only
about
won
Green Bay being
one
overrated?
Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers, with his talent, should have won multiple.
I think
Super
it's Green Bay for me.
Green Bay overrated.
I don't know if they are.
They're not even projected to win their.
But they
division.
are every year. Everybody talks so much about Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers and blah blah blah, and it's like
I
every
think
year.
It's more Aaron Rodgers than Green
I
Bay.
get it, but he's there, so
The other one I would call out is Tampa Bay. The only reason I even give them credit is because of Brady.
I agree with that. That's my issue with them as well.
If they didn't have Brady, if they lost, he
I
got
think they're
injured,
gonna
if
have
he
a-
was gone,
I think it's
I
gonna be
think
tough.
they'd drop back in that division.
I've heard a lot of hype about like Dolphins this year.
Oh,
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
not
I
seeing
think they
it.
have potential, but they're in the Bills division right off the bat. You're in the
Again,
Bills division.
I
Well, that's
threw
what I
I
mean,
threw
some
the
of these
Dolphins in the
teams.
same mix as I throw the Philadelphia Eagles, and that you have hot dog shit at quarterback. So unless that quarterback turns the curve, which
People
has
have-
happened very few times
have
in my
been-
lifetime.
People have been loving on him recently.
I mean, Tua coming out of the draft was hot commodity. Like
Oh, yeah, but right before the draft, he had that major injury.
remember
that took a lot.
tanking for Tua.
Yeah, but he had that major injury
Yeah, he
to
dislocated
his
his
spine.
hip, right?
No, yeah, spine. No, he dislocated his spine.
I thought he
the
dislocated his
fuck you
hip.
just-
He had spinal surgery that year.
Hmm.
He took a hit both sides when he played for Alabama.
Oh
I
yeah.
thought it was his hip, but then
It
dislocated.
may have moved his hip, but it was definitely on his spine,
That's
something with his
intense.
spine as well. He shouldn't have been back. When he came back and played the first season, he shouldn't have been back.
Yeah.
Last year when he played, he wasn't fully
Yeah.
mobile,
So-
doing what he can do.
So,
Their goal is their
Bucks,
I go Bucks or Chargers, depending on
Bucks or
AFC.
Chargers, Bengals.
No, I said them or who else did I say? What's the
I
other
don't
team?
know. I got Eagles and I got Dolphins. Hardcore. And I'm choosing quarterbacks. I really am. I'm choosing quarterbacks that I'm really low on.
Well, I just told you the only way I think the Bucks win is if Brady stays healthy and stays active.
Yeah.
If he's gone, I think they're a major bust. I think the Saints pass them in that division automatically.
What's our next topic?
Okay.
Moderator.
Jeez.
Well, we just
We're
know.
way over already.
All right.
So we-
Super Bowl. Who's going to the Super Bowl,
Okay,
guys?
let's make this quick.
Well, we did the surprise team though,
AFC,
in this.
NFC.
We hit
yeah,
it.
Yeah, we hit it. AFC, NFC, Super Bowl picks. And then who you think's going to win? We'll start with Sean.
Oh man,
Wait, what did you just say?
Who's gonna be the AFC and NFC Super Bowl like
Wow.
players, and who's gonna win?
Dave's gonna love me, but Buffalo's on the AFC side.
Okay, Buffalo.
The NFC side, I'm having a harder time drawing who I think because there's a few teams I like over in that side.
Would any team shock you in the NFC?
I honestly, I've said this already. The West, I think the
No.
NFC's champion is going to come out of the West. It's either going to be the Rams or the 49ers. I'm just not sold on which way I go.
I would
with
go Rams or Cardinals.
that. Nah, I told you, but you already just said you thought the
I'm
49ers
down.
were a bust. You
Yeah.
just said it.
I'm down.
I
on the
don't.
49ers here.
I don't see it. It's a difference. I
What
think
do you
this
think
is-
Kyle Shanahan's win percentages as a head coach?
Dude's ridiculous. He's 600-700 or something like that.
And he's like 47% winning. Look it up.
Yeah, we're honestly the 49ers almost
Well,
beat the
the-
Rams.
He was
got
like
to the
he was
first
like
season.
5-8. He was like horrible his first year. 5 wins
Right.
his first year. They got Jimmy G the second year.
No, you got Jimmy G the first end of the first
end of
year,
the first year.
and they started to pop off at the end of the first year
Yeah.
with Jimmy G.
Yeah.
The next year wasn't that the Super Bowl year, or was that just a
They had
comeback?
one
and then the
bad
Super
year
Bowl?
and then the Super Bowl and then one bad year and then this.
But the bad year was injuries again.
Yeah.
They go through it. That team goes through a shit ton of injuries.
Okay. Does anybody have their Super Bowl picks? Buffalo and what?
I'm just trying to figure out which one I'm going to go.
I think
with.
Who are you
think
gonna go
Buffalo
with?
also honestly.
I'm going to stick with the Rams going back.
Buffalo Rams.
I'm between the Rams and the 49ers myself.
Rams, 49ers.
Like
between
NFL
Buffalo
Thursday. My Super Bowl picks this Thursday.
against Buffalo.
Yeah, I really just need to see them play like maybe one game just so I can like make my like one actual like good team play, and then I'll probably be able to make a better
Man, my Super Bowl
decision.
my
Well,
Super Bowl-
financially wise, I hope the Cowboys go because I did place a bet
Oh,
early on.
And here we
We wanna
go.
talk about
Worst
overrated.
idea.
I will win $16,000 if the Cowboys win the Super
We
Bowl.
wanna
this
talk
year. But not.
overrated.
So here's the thing. So like, if you,
And
uh,
what are you losing? Just
no,
so I
no,
wanna
no,
know.
but
What did you
listen,
have to bet for
I will
this?
teach you easy bets right now. Okay, easy bet 101. Okay, you go into futures. Okay, and just pick like 3 or 4 good teams that you think have a shot that at least are going to be playoff contenders. Okay,
Cowboys are not one.
and then no, the Cowboys are a playoff team all day long.
Oh, you.
And then
Make
throw
first
throw
round.
some money on each one. Okay, and then watch the odds throughout the year. Right.
You
And if
check
they,
cash
if they
out.
make the playoffs, like I could have cashed out the Cowboys in the 49ers game before the 49ers game at like a $400 like profit. But I was like, oh, they'll beat the 49ers. I did think they would beat the 49ers.
No way.
And then I was gonna cash out the next round, right? Because I know my Cowboys are Super Bowl, but they're gonna make the playoffs. Then they lost. But anyways, that's just a little betting trick that you can use.
Too bad you're not following it.
However, my Super Bowl picks this year, I'm going back to old fashioned
There we go.
fun, and we're going KC on the AFC. I'm sorry, I can't bet against Pat Mahomes.
He didn't
Like,
make it last year.
it doesn't matter.
You're not betting
He's
against
not
him. You're
wrong.
betting
Though.
against
It's
Joe
gonna
Burrow.
be the Bills or KC.
And listen, I know y'all in Pittsburgh are down on Juju, but I think Juju with Pat Mahomes throwing in the
No,
football.
they'll sync
Could
up.
work,
link
but
up
he
on
doesn't
it.
have the speed.
Dude, I wanted
He's
Juju
got
so
Travis
bad in
Kelce, he's got a
fantasy,
lot of
but not
different-
like too early. And then like the fucking Yinzers in our league just kept.
Well, you kept
drunk.
talking about it. You were so drunk at our draft. You kept saying, "I can't believe you guys haven't taken Juju.
I was drunk.
I can't
and
believe
high.
you had-
Thank you very much.
I
was
can't
drunk
believe you
and
didn't
high.
take Juju. I can't believe you didn't take Juju." He said it all
Well,
draft.
I was
all
playing
draft.
manipulative games the whole
Yeah,
time.
but you like gave everybody.
You
your
gave
playbook.
everybody
You're like,
it.
here's my playbook, everybody, and here's what
Except for your able moves of AJ Dillon.
I'm happy.
somebody was gonna
uh,
get him before he got back.
So listen,
Yeah, but we.
I'm
You just
going-
didn't
I'm
want to
going
get that.
Casey.
But the
Deal
key
for it.
is all you have to do is
I'm
trade
going.
this guy.
I'm going KC in the AFC.
Yeah, I can see that. It's gonna be KC or the Bills.
The easy pick's the Rams for the NFC.
Yeah.
However, you know how many times teams go back to back? It's very, very, very low.
It's very rare.
Very, very.
I just can't.
They're gonna
see
be
the
good.
over.
There's no doubt.
Problem.
It's very low. I don't like the Packers division, so I'm
No.
throwing the whole division. I only like the Bucks in
I was
that
gonna say.
division, right?
Saints have a chance.
No.
They could be some sleeper on
It
something.
ain't gonna happen.
There's talent there.
I feel like
I'm
the
gonna go
same thing that's gonna happen with
Cardinals.
the.
I'm gonna go Cardinals Chiefs.
Wow, you're gonna.
I'm gonna be wrong.
You're
I'm gonna
red
go
on.
Cardinals
You're
Chiefs.
going red on
Cards
red
are
team.
I like the Cards, and I hope they do because Kyler Murray's my quarterback.
Well,
so I
well,
hope
here's
they
the
do.
thing. Again, I'm down on the Bucks
Mhm.
and I'm down on the Rams. So
don't
the
know
only
why.
other two teams that I even like
49ers.
in the NFC. No, I don't like the 49ers. The only other
Oh,
two
so-
teams I even like in the NFC is Cardinals and Cowboys. I know the Cowboys ain't gonna do shit, so I'm gonna go Cardinals.
How does he get all the way down to the Cowboys and Cardinals? Is what I want to know. He's all those good teams ahead, and he goes all the way through all the good teams and gets down to the.
I don't trust his picks. So I just go with it.
KC Cardinals.
I just go with it.
KC Cardinals.
The issue,
Okay,
You're
what-
damn
the
fool.
issue
what's next?
KC has is that
So wait,
team-
wait, I got KC Cardinals. You got Buffalo.
I have Buffalo and either the 49ers.
No,
or the
pick one.
Rams. It's hard. I
Pick
said
one.
next week
I
I
had to
will.
pick-
After what we
No.
won.
No, I had to
I
pick
need
out
to
of these.
see.
No, I had to
We're
pick
not
out of
doing
these
next
two.
week. Pick one.
That's the part of this.
Rams.
I'm gonna go Rams.
Rams. Okay.
And that was
Buffalo
the same
Rams.
thing.
Buffalo Rams.
Yeah,
You
this
two
is
are
the-
fucking homers picking the best teams on each side. That's fine. I'm cool with it.
I picked the Rams last year, so that's not a crazy pick for
I
me.
picked the Rams last
And I
year
do,
too.
and I
So-
said
did.
something, and I always say something good about Buffalo. I said something good about Buffalo last year, and I shout out your boy. Who's your boy that likes the Bills?
Listen, I'm really, really 100% down on my Cowboys this year.
I know you should be.
But this is the year for the Cowboys to do it because there's nobody else in the NFC. There's literally nobody else. Like the fucking Bucks are old and washed up. The
You
Rams just won the Super Bowl and it's very hard to go back to back.
Yeah, but I don't
It's
think
Cardinals Cowboys. That's it. It's legit the only option.
Did you
Fuck.
cash out on that bet for the 49ers playoff game last year?
No, I did not. But a trailer. If the Cardinals were going Jimmy G, or if the 49ers were going Jimmy G,
They
I
can
would
always
I would-
get back to Jimmy.
They still have Jimmy G. He's
No,
still
no, no,
there.
no, no. So the golden rule, moving to the
I know,
high
you don't go
drafted
back. I
young
get it.
quarterback, you do not go back no matter how
I get it.
bad it
I
is.
know,
You
I
don't go
get it.
back.
You know my opinion of your quarterback decisions. So
I'm just saying, you don't go back.
I get it, and I agree. All right, so
I wouldn't
on
be.
to
I wouldn't be
oh,
shocked.
I already
I'm-
said my thought. Kenny
listen.
Pickett. So I get you.
Listen, if Trey Lance is mediocre, the 49ers will be deep in the playoffs.
Yeah. They're stacked.
I'm
The
just telling
team
you
is
that right now.
the team as a whole is
Yeah, Debo.
Stocked. They have a
got
stockpile of
running
people.
backs. They got receivers.
they got
got
lines. They you name it. They got it across the board, and they got a
I
good
just-
coach.
I
Shanahan's a
just
good coach.
I saw a little bit of Trey Lance last year, and it wasn't enough to make me go, I
That
wouldn't have
was
bet
last-
on that guy.
that
yeah,
was
but you
last
didn't see
year.
enough of them to also not know if
That was last year as a backup coming in to fill in
he's gonna
gaps.
turn out. All right,
What's next?
Survivor poll.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. So to reiterate, if you missed last week's episode, which only 46 people on YouTube and one person on podcast. I mean,
one podcast.
one person on podcast watched our show.
We got a
last
penny
week.
for that. I think.
One person on podcast watched our show last week, and I tried to boost our YouTube show, and it got denied because I used the term NFL. I
Thanks,
don't,
NFL.
I don't know what to do about that.
We got to put little sticky patches over these logos, probably.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, they're gonna
Um,
see this and be like, "Look at these idiots."
But still, I mean, for us, 48 people listening.
That was
to our
jump.
show,
That was a
it's like
major
12
jump.
more people than last
that's a
year.
major
Oh
jump.
no!
right?
The last episode of last season, we had 7.
No, it was 30.
It was 7 when I looked
30.
just
But
the other day.
the episode before that
Yeah.
was like 3.
Oh.
So, anyways,
Woohoo!
woo, and we're doing some TikToks and some different things, drive some traffic.
Obviously, back at the Dough Bar this week, guys. Just want to point this out.
Yeah,
Look at this new
Dobar,
lady. Look at that
Thank
new
you,
lady.
thank
Yeah.
you, Dobar, for letting us use your establishment because it's fucking awesome.
It's closed though, so shh, don't tell anybody we're here. Shh.
And the food is great. Swing by, grab some food at Dough Bar in the South Side in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
But-
They listen to our show.
Here's the rules. We are gonna pick a different team every week. We can't use the same team twice.
Yeah, this is so good.
Lord Jack is very upset with Sean and I
Yeah.
with this whole
I
arrangement.
really am.
And the loser determined by tiebreakers based on point spread will have a punishment deemed by the other two. Now, what we haven't decided, what we should decide before we get further into this, is what is the tiebreaker of the tiebreaker. Week
It
one,
could be a thing this week, actually. That's
week
why.
one, we can't do win loss, right? So
Well, there's no way.
Well, it should be win loss.
We can't.
How about
There's-
It
wait,
can
wait,
because we all pick
Wait.
separate teams. So we
Yes,
could.
but if you
here's
go
one
to the
thing.
It
Breaker-
starts off
wait,
with that.
Sean,
go to the tiebreaker, you're both 1-0
Sean.
or 0-1.
Sean, I have one thing
What?
that works heavily in Laura Jack's favor in this scenario, so she should be happy with this.
Okay.
what if we go with like highest point total from our joint fantasy league
That's
is
up to
the
you. That's up to you two.
tiebreaker
You
of
two
the
are-
tiebreaker?
No, I don't know.
I'm going.
What are you talking? You had the best 3 fucking keepers in the whole league.
Yeah, but
When you guys realize that I'm going boomer bust in survival right now, and I'm gonna probably go that way all season just for fun.
I get it, but like, can
he says that and we through will be doing the safest bets that he could possibly find.
I went with the most dangerous here. What are we talking?
you
about?
went way more dangerous.
I get it.
But so
There's-
Laura and Jack and I both chose.
Am I
Lauren and
surprised
Jack
you know
and
the
I-
Giants? and the
Laura,
Jets? Come on,
Jack,
let's-
and I both chose teams that are -5 on the line.
and I went with a plus.
So there's a chance that if Sean's team wins,
Why
or
did
if
you choose
one-
this?
or if
Okay.
all of our teams lose, that Laura, Jack, and I will be the worst losers. So we need to come up with a tiebreaker.
Or we
of
just take the
tiebreaker.
punishment together.
I don't think that works. We need one person.
I think it should be one person, but that's up to you guys. So because the only scenario
good-
I think it
Listen,
should be based off the
you-
week. If we both
Really,
choose it,
you-
this is
because-
only gonna phase out if you two either both win and I lose, or no, I win. No matter what, if I win and you both win, that you guys have to figure it out. If I win and you both lose, you have to figure it out. If we all lose, you guys got to figure it out. Because no matter what,
There's like
the only scenario
4
here
out of
is,
6 scenarios where we have to figure it out.
Correct.
So we should figure it out now.
but I don't have to.
And I'm
figure anything,
literally
'cause I'm
giving-
either winning or losing.
Do you
One
feel
way or
your
the other.
fantasy team is a bit more superior at this point than my team?
I didn't even look at your team, but most likely you
Yes.
have all backups.
Yes. The answer is yes. I will tell you right now. The answer is yes. Your team that won the championship and had the best 3 keepers is way superior than my
The
team.
RB one, the wide
So,
receiver one.
I'm
Yeah,
saying
but if
points
somebody goes,
for-
you never know when somebody goes
Wait,
down.
wait,
is what
wait.
I'm saying. So I don't want. I don't know
I'm-
if I want to commit to that
He's
all
banking
season.
on backup.
I'm
This is all
saying
season. It's not this
point-
week.
I'm saying points 4 is the tiebreaker of the tiebreaker. It's rare that we're going to pick the same team, the same point spread every week,
Let me look
right?
at what he's projected this week.
I'm projected to lose.
He's
this
projected to
one.
lose to me
One-
by
Yeah,
more
but
than
I'm
8
projected to
points.
lose to.
But I'm projected
whoever.
for like 140.
I was gonna say he's projected to lose me by like 15 points.
I literally thought this was a shoe and no brainer.
I mean, I'll probably do
Laura's
it.
just nervous. She's
I
never
just
wrecked
want
on
to. I've
this.
never done this before. I'm not walking in. The whole point of this league is to f the other
I-
person over.
The fact that
So
you
how do
guys
I
are
know
so
that it
worried
doesn't start
I'm
right
gonna
here?
I literally
actually-
came up with something that would guarantee Laura Jack a victory, and she's like,
I'm
coming back.
not. I just want to know.
Once
This-
again, I'm saying that is because I'm either winning or losing.
No. You need to go to your matchup. Where's your matchup? At? Where's your matchup at?
yeah,
146. You're scheduled to beat me by 6 points.
Well, that,
How about
that's
140?
pretty close.
What's your alternative?
I don't know.
That's what I came up with. I thought it was super fair. I thought it was way more fair for her than it was me.
I would have put it that way, but once again, I'm not involved in this. This is you guys.
We picked the same line, so we have to.
That's you guys.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know.
You see
I
this
didn't even
right now?
want to do this thing. You got me all.
That's why I
So,
I
guys-
chose something that was heavily in your favor.
While these two have
Is it
their
though?
little dispute, my pick this week was the
All right.
Jaguars beating the Commanders.
Which is
First-
not gonna happen.
First of all, the Jaguars
Actually-
beat the Colts to make the screw the Colts out of the playoffs last year. If we all remember that, which you also said wasn't going to happen, and I said would happen at the end of the season, which made me win that week as well in our bets. Just reminding, go back and watch the show. You can see it yourself. It's in words.
This boy.
It's on
Shots fired.
Nonetheless, I'm going to stick with the Jaguars because I think with Peterson as their coach, I think they do have some weapons. I think they're better coached. Well, I like Riviera, but I just don't like the Commanders. I just don't think there's anything there.
I don't like them either, honestly.
I know. I don't
I
think.
think the Jags are straight up going to win that game.
Listen, I think it's way closer than probably Vegas thinks it is, but I think that the picks that we chose are way more favorable to us.
They're not though.
What?
When I look up like everything you're not supposed to do, it's like don't pick a team that's going into they're away and they're also going into a weekly divisional matchup, and it's like I'm like, bink, that's the team I'm.
But you're literally like the Falcons are probably the worst
I
team. in
get
the
it, but
national.
I'm just saying.
Mariota's their quarterback. Unless Mariota ends up being a beast out of nowhere. I'm just saying
He drafted like he was going to be a beast.
that's all I'm saying is we have to decide this though. Like, we have to decide this right now. So like
Guys, I'm going to take a nap
I offered something extremely
I mean,
fair.
it's fine. You came up with something, so it's better than the
Okay.
alternative.
Points for out of the two of us.
You guys heard this.
And this could come up with you. Are you cool with that as well in
I'm
the
fine with
future?
it.
We're
Yeah.
gonna stick with this the whole season.
Yeah, I'm fine with
So the
it.
Oh, great.
tiebreaker of the tiebreaker is points for in our joint fantasy league. Okay, we
Dude,
have
I'm
video
going-
evidence.
I'm going Boomer Bust every week. If I
So,
can,
Laura Jack, who did you choose and why did you choose it?
The Saints versus Falcons, Atlanta Falcons. And I chose it because, again, like you said, I just don't really have a lot of faith in the Atlanta Falcons this year. I just think they're going to be not the best. And not that I even think that the Saints are going to be that great, but my theory is that I don't want to use up all of my really great teams early because I can only use my teams once. So I'm trying to get a few teams that I think will have wins off and out of my radar first, just to get them out of there.
Yeah,
Games that I think that they can win, because I don't know, like, it's down the line, if somebody gets hurt or something, then it's like really
Like
starts to get-
Laura and I talked at length about the Survivor pool on Monday. Yeah, Monday, because of the holiday weekend. And you don't want to okay. Premature ejaculate, right? You don't want to come too early. You don't want to fucking
YouTube, can he say that?
yes,
No.
I can. I mark explicit on YouTube. Okay? You don't want to use the Rams. You don't want to use
right.
these fucking
Did
49.
you really use
Bills.
the Rams this week?
No,
Just the
no.
Bill.
But I'm just saying you don't want to use the Chiefs.
No,
you
but
don't
you
want to
don't
use
want
I know
to
you
do
do.
that.
you don't want to use the juggernauts in week one. So-
However, you do have to factor in the minimal win percentage there, the points, like I did on my side.
Sure.
You have to factor that in. I know that said don't worry about that. Pick a winner.
Yeah, that's why you guys get
Um,
on my nerves, because you tell me to literally not focus on something, and then you turn around.
No,
and
you can't say
literally
you.
focus-
He turned around. I
No,
chose.
You
No,
guys
I
are like,
said
"Don't
I
focus
said
on
my
that."
pick before we ever even said any of that stuff. If you remember, I said my pick before
I
any of
chose something that's the equal of yours per betting round.
I literally said my pick before either
So-
one of you guys.
So my pick is the Tennessee Titans to go into the New York Football Giants to take care of business, and it's like a no fucking brainer.
I actually went with almost one.
Negative 5-5. I mean, I think it's a no brainer, and I probably am not going to be this confident about Tennessee any other week of the National
I
Football.
honestly kind of wish I went with the Giants now because he took the Titans.
Hmm.
That's polar opposites.
You can switch right now live.
And
No.
I already made my slide for social. So when you guys look at our social media, I already made
Okay.
it. So
Because I literally here's the thing.
by the way, if you look at the social media, put your teams in there. Who you think's going to win?
Absolutely. But what's my theme then tonight in my entire life? I bet against bad quarterbacks, right? And Daniel Jones is got to be one of the bottom 5 worst quarterbacks in the National Football League.
We'll see. Dable did a lot with Josh Allen. Don't get me wrong. I'm not putting Daniel Jones with Josh Allen, but
I was gonna say, are you
I'm not doing
comparing?
that.
Are you
No.
comparing?
No, I like Josh Allen when he got
So-
drafted. I didn't like Daniel Jones.
So to confirm, I'm taking the Titans to beat the Giants. You're taking the Saints to beat
the Falcons.
Falcons. You were taking the Jaguars.
Beat the
The only
Commanders.
underdog pick out of the 3 of us.
Woohoo!
And if all of us lose, it's going to go off a point spread. So Sean will be the winner, and then it's going to depend on our fantasy game on who's the loser. And then the loser is determined. Their punishment is determined by the 2 winners the Monday before, and it's going to be something that the loser is okay with. Like, it's not going to be something that's going to embarrass them to
But-
the point where
By the way, just so you guys
They can't
realize
handle-
this, if I lose, the only way I lose is if I'm the only loser.
So I watch a lot of Impractical Jokers, right?
Mhm.
And I think that's the standard we need to have for our losers. When you lose an Impractical Joker, you watch that show before.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
So they're uncomfortable in that scenario when they lose,
They
right?
do some shit that they really don't want to.
They don't want to do it,
but they're on TV getting paid.
but
quite
they're
a bit of
getting
money.
paid, and we're gonna have something that's uncomfortable, but it's not bad. If I have to wear a fucking TJ Watt jersey, I'll wear it. I wore a Cordell Stewart jersey when I was in the punt, pass, and kick contest.
I really don't want to wear the Cowboys jersey.
It's gonna be depending.
Mm.
It could be do an extra shot of whiskey. It could be anything.
It could be anything, but we'll discuss it. So
We'll discuss it, and if it's something that's like absolutely unbearable for you, but if it's every week, like if it's like
yeah, you can't out every week.
yeah, if you're like well, you lose.
Well, you guys will come up with ridiculous
no,
stuff.
no, no,
though.
no. But what I'm
I'm
saying
not
is,
gonna do
if
anything
any of
different than I
us,
won't do to him. I'd probably be worse to him to be
if
honest.
any
you
of
know?
us lose, like let's just say we're week 4 of our losses, right? So it's
Mhm.
might be week 10 in the NFL. We're week 4 of our losses, and in all 4 of the weeks we've lost, we've said like, oh no, I can't handle that, or like then it's gonna become like, okay, bro, like
Oh, I'm waiting for you guys to tell me to shave my beard, and I'm gonna tell you to talk to my wife.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you to shave your beard. I don't want to talk to your wife.
I don't like you without a beard.
Yeah.
so I don't have-
I think you need to make
Meanwhile,
it- yeah, I'm not
I'm
gonna
clean
like.
shaven this week, and I've been getting
Peeping
shit.
Tom.
I've been
Peeping
getting
Tom.
shit for like a week straight because
Peeping
of shaving.
Tom.
So
He walked in my office, just stared down at me. It was the weirdest, creepiest thing I've ever seen. When he first day he shaved,
most people think I look like I'm 12 when I shave.
You do look like you're 12.
he looked like
It's a good problem to have,
It is because when you're real old, you'll still look
right? 100%.
I'm not gonna lie, you looked like a creep.
Anyway,
when you were
I'm
saying
super
about me.
excited about the Survivor Bowl, and I know you're not, but you'll eventually get there, and we're gonna just have fun with this. Like that's the whole point of this. The whole point of everything we're doing right now is for fun. If you guys join in and be a part of it, we're gonna have fun
Hey.
together.
By the way, guys, you listen to the show, you pay attention. Tell us ideas for the punishments.
Because
Love it.
46 people watched the show last week
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Keep working at it.
That's not 46 people we know. There's at least 10 or 15 people we don't know that watch the show.
No, like,
Yeah.
who are
They might
these
have only
guys?
watched for like 5 minutes, but if you did watch,
Thank you.
Thank
join
you.
in. Thank you.
Thank
Join in and feel free to chime in. We will absolutely take your feedback.
Definitely. I know I always
Yeah,
look
we
for
have
it.
fun doing this, so it's a
So.
joy for us. We just like
This
that
is
you guys.
literally just fun. And
Mhm.
by the way, I have to say I'm sorry to these two right here.
Mhm.
Because out of nowhere, the day of, I took a speaking engagement and backed them off an hour, probably an hour and 15 minutes by the time I got here.
And
set
he's
up.
the one anal about being on time and everything.
I am. So I apologize and I thank you for allowing me to do that because it was good for business. And yeah.
Get it?
Anyways,
Still giving him a hard time.
I think we're on Kids Corner.
Yep, Kids Corner it is.
I think did I start last week?
I started last week.
You want me to start?
I
Or
don't
you
care.
want to start?
You wanna start? I don't care.
Yeah, actually,
We
I have
don't
a funny
discuss
story.
this stuff.
Okay, go
Oh my
ahead.
God.
Jack's
So
got a
I
funny
got
story.
we talked last week about how I got a new camper, and
Yeah.
I've been like getting everything set up. And so I leave like when I go and do certain things, like I have an air conditioner running in there. I put music on for my dog so that he's like doesn't feel alone.
Mhm.
And I don't leave him for very long because I miss him. But I was like, what does this dog do when I'm not? Like when I shut that door, like what's he do? Like where's he go? What's he doing? So I like opened up a few of the blinds and like ran around the camper to the other window to like see what he does. And I lost it. Like this guy is hilarious, first and foremost. Okay. So in the camper, the way it's set up is there's like 2 bunk beds.
Wait, can I guess?
Yeah.
I've been up to camp twice. You've never been to
This
camp.
is you haven't been to this new
I'm a
camper.
better friend than you. It's
See,
cool.
you haven't been?
Haven't been to the new camper.
No, not the new
You're talking
camp, but I've
shit,
been
you
to
haven't been
camp.
Oh yeah, I get
I've
it.
been to camp twice.
Yeah, but we're talking about in the new camper.
In the camp, but we went
But-
to camp twice with your dog twice.
And both times I wasn't even in town.
I'm just saying.
Just saying. Just
Just
throwing
saying.
that out there. I wasn't even in the city. Just saying.
I'm gonna guess, knowing wiener dogs and knowing your dog,
Hmm.
that he was all over the place. Like he was not in one spot for more than like 10 seconds. He was just all back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back
No,
and
it's
forth.
better than that.
Better than that.
It's so
Okay.
funny. Okay, so the way it's set up is the front door, and there's a dinette, which has like, it's a little seating area where you can like a feeding place, little table, and there's like a chair, and then it goes right up against the wall to the 2 bunk beds. And in the bunk beds, like I said, there's 2 windows, so that you can see out, like real nice spacious windows. So what does this guy do? But he likes to look out the windows, and when I shut that door, he can't see through the door anymore. So I caught him jumping up on the dinette, like on the seat, goes to the back of it, like imagine like how this wall's up against this, jumps to the back of it, puts his body up against the wall, gets to the edge where it goes from like the end of the seat to the bunk beds, jumps right in the bunk beds and goes and looks out the window the whole time. This guy sits on the first bunk, got himself up into the first bunk bed, and all he does is look out the window the whole time and barks at me.
And listen, this is proof right here. This conversation, this kid's corner, is 100% proof that while she talks shit and calls me the lesbian, she is 100% the lesbian and has no kids. So she has to talk about her dog.
Whatever. He is my kid.
Sarge is awesome.
He
I
is
love
my
him.
kid.
I love him. He's awesome.
But it was just so funny to watch him through the window. I'm like, this little shit. Like, I couldn't believe my eyes. Like, it took him all 3 seconds. He had that figured out. Right in there. Like, go ahead,
Rock,
Sean.
paper, scissors? Who's
Yeah.
next? Okay. No, let's rock, paper, scissors for.
You smack me with tortillas because I don't win that ever. I don't care. You can go next if you want to.
No, go.
I kind of would like to see
I thought we
you
were
guys
gonna rock,
do
paper,
that
scissors.
actually.
Okay,
Rock,
paper, scissors, shoot. Rock,
Rock,
paper, scissors, shoot. All right, go ahead, Sean.
Oh, okay. I was going anyways. What the-
I won, so now I get to go last.
Oh, geez, I was gonna go anyways, but nonetheless. All right. So last week after the show, I had parent-teacher meetings. Well, it was really orientation. They were showing the kids at school what they were going to go through. Grayson is in first grade this year, so got to meet his teacher, see the learning lessons, everything like that. Great. Grayson already has all his friends, got to see the whole classroom. School's great out there in the North Hills. Nonetheless, at the end of it, me and Sam are just kind of talking to the teacher a little bit, talking to some of the other parents that we know, things like that. About to walk out. Teacher is a sub teacher because the actual teacher broke her wrist and had surgery, so she'll be out for a few weeks. The sub pulls us aside real quick. Your son Grayson, he is such a sweetheart and a really smart kid. I really appreciate him. Just wanted you guys to know that before you get out of here. As a parent,
Yeah, it's the greatest feeling
it's
ever.
the greatest feeling ever to hear those things about your kid when you're not around.
Yeah.
And you have no way of determining that. It's just how he is.
It's who he is through and
And you
through.
get to hear that from the first week and a half of school. That he's just a good kid. He's a sweetheart to everybody. So
It's good.
that's all. Just a sweet story. Nothing funny or anything.
The crazy part is I hear the same shit about Roman. I'm like, how is this possible?
Yeah, but we hear about Grayson outside of school, and he is that way at home.
Well, no,
You
but
complain about
what I'm
Roman.
saying is like if
Roman's
teachers
not
say
that way.
like Roman's great in school and all that, and his grades are awesome too. He's super smart, that fucking kid. Like I don't understand it. He's anyways. So I'm gonna quickly touch on the fact. So we've got last week I talked about we got blown out 42-0.
Yeah, how's football going?
This week we won 19-0.
You won 19.
We won 19.
Oh wow.
And
Did Roman get to play?
Roman got in there. He got again. I don't understand why the coach has the smallest kid on the team on defensive line, but whatever. He got in there. He got to mix it up a little bit. He did not get his first tackle yet, but it was cool. But I need to talk about what happened when I was in New York City. I didn't talk about last week. So we went to New York City. I originally thought like I went to Cassie and I told her, I was like, I'm going to take the kids to New York City. I love New York City. Cassie hates New York City. I was like, I'm gonna take the kids to New York City before school starts. And she's always complaining she never gets like a week away or all this stuff because I'm always traveling, all this stuff. So I'm like, this could be her like time away. She can do whatever she wants. Like I'll take
Yeah.
kids to New York. And then she kind of like butthurt though. Like why do you guys all get to go to New York and I don't? And I'm like, all right, whatever. So she ended up like coming on the New York trip. I was cool with that, and we had a great time. We went to this place called Spyscape. And I may have told you this already.
Yeah, I've heard that. Everything you're going into.
But
so far.
Spyscape is this like extremely expensive experience in New York City, where you go in and you take a bunch of like personality examinations, and then you go through like a bunch of challenges. Like one of the challenges was they taught you how to determine if somebody's like lying, and then you had to like watch somebody get interviewed by the FBI and determine if they're lying. It was really cool. It was like one of the most like fun things I've done with my kids, right? Like I highly recommend it to anybody who is in New York City and has kids, like over the age of probably 5, because they gotta somewhat know what's going on. Like there's a spot where you go in, you put a headset on with a microphone, and you're looking at all the CCTV, like which is like video cam footage all around you. You gotta tell them what camera something's happening in, and then you score it on that. And so my daughter,
I would do horrible at that.
my daughter is, well, she's the good kid out of our 2 kids. Like, she's the kid that you're just like, she's amazing and I love her, and she looks like me and she acts like me, and like and Roman, I love him to death, but he's been a difficult kid his whole life, and he's stubborn just like his mom, and like slowly over time, no, slowly over time, I've gotten Cassie to admit that, like, yes, Roman is more like me than you, but like not in a public setting, and not where, and it's only when it's convenient that she'll
Yeah.
admit this and all that. We go through this spy thing, and at the end of the spy thing, like, you go through like 2 hours of the spy thing, and then it tells you what spy you are. And there's 6 different types of spies, right? And it like gives you your stats and all this stuff, and then tells you what type of spy you are. And I'm standing right next to Olivia, and Olivia and I are like, bloop, same score, bloop, same score, bloop, same score, bloop, same score, bloop, same spy, right?
Yeah.
And I started laughing. I'm like, of course, my mini is
Yeah.
exactly the same spy as me, right? And I turn and I look, and Olivia, or I'm sorry, Roman and Cassie are right next to each other. And it's like, bloop, same score, bloop, same score, bloop, same score. And it's like, bloop, same spy, right? And I was like, yes! This is like scientific. Like, this
Yeah,
is like the most
research.
scientific thing we've ever done as a family.
Yep.
This is scientific research that Roman is you and Olivia is me all day long.
Yeah.
And she's like, this isn't real. And she just like walked out. She's like, this isn't real. And
This
it's like,
experience is not even real.
yeah, this what? This is like a game we're playing right now. Like, okay, I helped Roman, and that's why he got that score and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, no, you don't understand that. Like, this is, but anyway, so it's really cool. I highly recommend if you want to drop like $500 as a family of 4 and do something cool in New York City.
Mhm.
It is fucking awesome. Like, I would do it back by myself and do it by myself because, like,
You're like,
I feel
what's-
like I didn't get enough time. I didn't go in the laser maze, and there's all kinds of different things you can do to like determine what kind of spy you are. And we were like trying to fit so much into one day, but that was my mini is my spy, like 100%. She's just like me, and then Cassie's mini that she still to this day sometimes admits, sometimes doesn't admit. It's 100% her. And the funny thing is, Rome was with me the whole time. I was
Mhm.
helping him answer all the questions. And she's still like trying to say like Olivia is not me. Like, all right, whatever.
Oh,
Anyways, that was my story. But Spygate, totally cool experience. I wish they had that in every city. Gotta lower the cost a little bit.
yeah.
It's New York City. They're
Like,
not-
how many people can afford to drop like $500 for like a fun 4-hour like thing? Like New York
Yeah.
City, I guess.
They're
is-
still
That's
open,
what it
so
is,
probably
New
quite a
York
bit.
City.
and they were
And any
packed.
other city it'd be like 200, 250 or
That,
something.
Yeah.
that tourist money.
Yeah, I get it, but it was really cool. I highly recommend it. Like if you and your dog go, or you and
My dog go.
or you and a girlfriend go, or whatever, I highly recommend it. You should go check out Spygate because it was like legit, like as an adult, like not even as like a dad. Like as an adult, it was one of the most fun like experiences I've had.
Nice.
Maybe all 3 of us should do it and see what kind of
Oh,
spies we come up with.
Well, we've been talking about having a guys' weekend, although we talked
Right.
about going to Vegas.
Yeah.
We talked about many different places.
Sean's the one that's non-committal. He just
He's got young kids.
You
though.
guys go up her cabin.
Camp, it's
camp
awesome.
when I am out of town.
Well, I go every weekend, so
Literally.
you can really come any.
I mean, I'm cool with making a weekend right now.
Well,
You guys
you
want-
already know my wife's going away this weekend for girls'
No,
week.
I'm saying like plan a weekend right
Oh,
now.
okay.
If you want to throw it out there, but you're the one who's always got. The
Oh, I'm
problem.
not. Yes, I always look into things before I say yes. I'm not going to just say yes.
I'll be there regardless. You guys let me know.
Jack
By the
and
way,
I will go to Vegas without you.
Have fun.
No, I want you to come.
Have fun.
No,
The
no.
last
together,
time we
have
were in
fun.
Vegas together was your
No,
bachelor.
no.
Have fun.
Saying.
Yeah.
By the way, he's the one who likes to bet. You guys have seen this for a year now. I called him out in a text message with the whole group, and he said for fantasy football because week 1 we play each other, don't we?
We do.
And he was too afraid.
I'm not afraid. I drafted my team.
He's too afraid.
I haven't got all backups.
No. I drafted my team
He's too afraid.
with the keeper mindset of the fact that I got Tony Pollard and I got your dude.
Laura Jack, did he take the bet or what did he say? He said not yet.
I said not yet.
I said I
Yeah.
can't. I'm
I
not.
get
I
it
said-
though,
I
because
got
honestly,
AJ
I don't
Dillon.
know what's gonna happen in my week 1 either.
Dylan and
Yeah, but
Pollard.
I can say the same thing.
Wait. Can I ask you a question? Next year, Dylan and Pollard. Do you think they're both starters?
I don't know about Pollard, but Dylan, I think is. I told you off the bat.
I
That's
think
why we're.
Pollard is
That's why we're
100%
going back and.
good.
That's why I gave you so much hell over the Dylan thing because I told
Right.
you that.
I think it's gonna depend on Zeke this year.
It's a dependent guy who hasn't done shit in 2 years. Yeah, no. Pollard's gonna be the starting running back in Dallas next year. Dylan's gonna be starting running back in the Packers.
My
But
catch
if,
with-
but if Zeke has him, why don't they just
The
follow it
only
out?
bad thing for Dylan is the fact that I think this is Aaron Rodgers' last year,
Yeah, there's a good possibility there.
or at least last year.
You're
in
at the
Green
Packers.
He's
Bay.
looking pretty old. So is Brady, though. Brady looks crazy. Can we talk about the way Brady looks right now?
I can see Rodgers in Tampa.
Can I
replacing
ask you
Brady
two, as
next year.
Steeler fans, what do you think Big Ben's doing in his retirement?
Well, he was at Steelers
Golfing.
practice just the other day with the quarterbacks.
Golfing and probably taking care of his kids
That's the other one.
and
He
missing
was-
football.
I don't picture him as a guy taking care of his kids.
No, I don't really.
Yeah, he was with his kids all of that.
Let's
They
just
showed-
say golfing and I'm probably eating and getting chubby.
I could
Isn't
see
that
him
beat that
packing on.
much?
I could see him packing on like 50 pounds.
I can see that. Like I said, they showed him at practice the other day, and he was actually skinnier than he was last year.
Well, he's losing that muscle though.
A lot of NFL players, though, like when they retire, they start to focus on what they're eating.
Mhm.
Like Mike Golick and all these
That's
guys
true.
that get super skinny later on. I can see it.
Like I said, that he showed up for the Steelers practice, even with all the hatred that they seem to show with him.
I
with
don't know
the
why they
Steelers.
hate him. I mean,
No,
you
they
can't hate
don't. He
somebody.
hates them because he didn't want to retire.
I
They
mean,
didn't want him.
So we are way over on
Yeah.
our time.
Oh, what are we at? An hour now? Hour?
Thank you to Dobar.
yeah, thank you to
Thank you,
Dobar
guys.
for having
Thank
us.
you.
We really do appreciate
I
you
only
allowing
wish
us
they
to
were
use your
open.
space.
Pizza.
Could eat
I already
pizza
said
and
the same.
wings
What if
right
we
now.
were open and we got a live crowd?
We'd have to
behind
do
us?
that on a different day, but it would be really loud and the microphone would probably pick up everybody.
That'd
It'd be
fun.
cool though.
That'd
It'd be cool, though.
Live crowd. Jeez.
We'll talk to DA and
We're only
see if we-
46 clients in, but if we can get more people, maybe.
But maybe we get more followers because of our live crowd.
Maybe the live crowd follows us.
Maybe
That's
we
what
do
I'm
it
saying.
outside. So we'd have to do it somewhere where like our equipment wouldn't like get knocked over or
It's so fucking cool.
Yeah, just set up a
It's my laptop.
Yeah.
no, I just mean like, in a
Most
good
people
spot.
most people understand. We did that fantasy
For a
draft
live
in Florida
crowd.
one year.
The end of the day is this stupid, crazy, off the wall show we're doing allows me to get to hang out with two of the best people I fucking know every Tuesday.
Agreed.
I love these two. Whether we might not agree all the time, but I love these two.
We
There
can
you
get
go.
agree on that. We love each other.
I can give you hell all day long, but at the end of the day, I would have your back. So
There's
it
not a
is what it
person in
is.
the world I'd take a bullet for more than like these two, my children, and my wife. So
Yeah.
like, you know,
Yeah.
100%.
Not in that order, Cassie.
Or kids.
If you're watching, fine, that's what I meant.
Or
I'm just saying,
kids.
I'm
Or
just saying, you guys are like you the upper echelon of my life,
Yeah.
and the fact that I can spend Tuesday nights with you that is live on Thursdays.
Everybody does. Yeah, we can
This
go
is
back.
Thursday,
You know,
guys.
it is
This
nice
is
because-
Thursday.
In reality is when we're old, we can come back and watch these.
We'll watch these. We'll drink beer. and
Remember when I
watch
had some
these.
dark hair in my beard and it wasn't all gray?
No,
Dude,
I'm
I'm
pretty
starting
sure
to
it's
get
all
pretty-
gray.
It's mostly all gray.
I'm
It's
starting to
okay.
get.
I got it too.
I'm starting to get gray whiskers down here. I don't have any up here.
Um,
I don't have.
I
Me
have
and Sam
some
said
down
this.
here.
I don't have a
Right.
lot up here, but it's all.
Yeah.
Well, here's the
here.
problem, Sean. And don't take this the wrong way. You don't have a whole lot of hair, period. Up.
It's all right. I got some still. Could be like your partner.
I mean,
I got some here. He
Wait
got
till
something
you're-
around.
wait till you're 55 or 57, whatever he is.
Dude, I've had this since I was like 25.
It's
Go-
kind of worse.
Go check some pictures.
Kinda
Go
worse.
check some pictures.
He looked
Kinda
like Big
worse.
Ben back in the day. Remember we used to.
He did.
with
He
that?
did look like Big.
All right, we already said goodbye, but we're still
We did.
rolling.
We're still rolling.
Bye.
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 Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you, Dobar.